there's three things. If you want to become a celebrity, you've got to have hiccups.
Have to have hiccups.
Got to have hiccups. The first thing is you've got to be visible. So you've got to be in the media. You can't be a quiet celebrity, and you just can't. Now, I know there are some very rich people out there. There's one guy in particular whose name I can't even remember how good he is at this. He's very much a philanthropist. He's paid for things like entire hospitals and lifeboats, and he requires and asks for no publicity. And all he does, I think he named the lifeboat after his beloved wife and stuff. So very much flies under the radar. He's not a celebrity. I'm not saying he doesn't do great stuff, because he does, but he does it in a very ego-neutral way. It's not about being someone. Look at me, everyone. Look at me giving this homeless person £10. And keep doing it so someone takes a photograph of it. Okay, he's not like that. He just does it. He gets somebody. He's doing something of note. And to be fair, that's what I want to do. But if we want to be popular in the media, we also have to be seen to be someone, which is a little bit icky, but there you go. So you've got to be visible. You've got to be in the newspaper. You've got to be on the radio. You've got to be on the TV. You have to be, because you can't be a celebrity if nobody knows you are. So you've got to be visible. That's the first thing. All right. Now, the second thing is you've got to be, well, you're not got to be, but I strongly suggest if you want to be a celebrity, you be contentious and polarizing. Because if you're just nicely nice and you say the things that everyone else says, they don't want that. When the newspapers and the media are looking for expert opinion, what the unspoken thing is, they're looking for they're looking for an expert, contentious and polarizing opinion. Because that's what news is. The new word is one of the most powerful words in copywriting. And there are some good evolutionary reasons for this. We've evolved to spot changes in our environment, because change means homeostasis is threatened. Change is potentially dangerous. If things don't change, we've got nothing to worry about. And even Claude Shannon, the information theorist, he proved mathematically, if there is no change, there's no information conveyed. So, we've even given a word to it. We call it that news, things that are new. Well, by extension, just talking about the same things, mouthing the same popular opinion, towing the party line, kowtowing to the vox populi, however you like to put it. If that's your expert opinion, then you will not be a celebrity, because they won't ring you anymore, because they're not interested. They want things that are going to get people arguing on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on their comments page. I mean, the Daily Mail is a great example. I don't read the newspapers. I've just subscribed to The Week on recommendation of someone. But I don't look at the news websites. I don't read the newspapers. I don't bother. I'm not interested. But what I do sometimes, and people say, have you seen this? Is I read the Daily Mail comments threads, because they are fucking vastly entertaining. I've said it before, we could be apex intelligence in the universe, and then you read the Daily Mail threads and you think, oh my fucking God, these people, not only can they breathe and walk at the same time, we'll allow them to fucking vote and have children. That's they want, the media want the kinds of opinions, the kinds of stories which are going to provoke that kind of reaction, because they don't give a shit about whether it's good traffic or bad traffic. It's online, the Daily Mail and these other firms, they're running adverts on their page. They want advert clicks. They just get a massive traffic. Well, you don't get a massive traffic by just talking about boring things. So if you're going to be in the newspapers, you've got to have opinions which, you don't have to be shocking. I probably would be, because that's just me. But you need to have an opinion that's different from the mainstream. And it doesn't have to be contentious in the sense that you've got to be edgy, but it's got to be something people haven't thought of before, another way of looking at it. So the easy thing to do, if you set yourself up as an expert in your niche, it's electrician, painter, flooring guy, whatever it is in the trades, whatever, anything comes along which is in any way relevant to your business, and it could even be like cold weather, all you got to do is look at what the popular opinion is and then think of a way to give the opposite one. It's as simple as that. So that's you want to be contentious and polarizing. Polarization is the most poorly understood, most avoided, and yet woefully underused tactic we've got in our marketing arsenal. Simply because the more you piss people off and push people away, for every person you do that, you draw one to you. It's just human nature. It's just human nature, It's actually the basis of Stockholm syndrome. You read the research on that. If you've seen the film Natural, Have you ever seen the film Natural Born Killers?
I can't say I have.
You know, when Robert Downey Jr. basically takes the sides of the people who are holding him hostage with a shotgun under his chin. It's only a small part of the film, but that's what's happening. It's Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, because Stockholm syndrome is, I think, just very broadly from what I remember of it, when people are in a situation where they're held hostage and things, they obviously want to survive, and the way to do that is to befriend or become friendly with your captors.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you do that enough, and it doesn't take much, but you do that enough, you generally start associating with these. Not what's the word? Is it associate? You identify with them.
Yeah.
You identify with them. That's just a form of polarization. You confirm your own judgment and choice, and because you've done something, you then become committed to it. So you often find that converts to these things become the most rabid converts, the most rabid adherents to it. And we see it in extremism and everything else. It's all the same psychological models, but contentious and polarizing. Polarization is extremely powerful. We know this because what do you want to do if you want to start a war, or if you want to fucking control the population? You find a common enemy. But what's that if it's not polarization? Other than them, in group and out group. Yeah. And the third thing is, if you want to become a celebrity, you've got to be relentless and consistent. You know, I can't remember his name. He's not even particularly intelligent bloke. He did very, very well. In fact, thinking about it, it was a complete fucking tosser, from what I recall. But what he did was he had this idea. I think he wanted to become a sports prognosticator. That was his dream job. And he was living in his mother-in-law's basement, I believe, with his wife. And he was going nowhere.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. It was real fucking, you don't get much lower than that. It's real fucking rock bottom.
Mm.
But what he did not give up. And I'm not suggesting you should never give up either. This is not the point of the story. You know? The wisdom is knowing when to stop, when to quit. But he just carried on, and he was relentless. He just sent out, and this was going back at least 15, 18 years. So yeah, we did have email, of course, but we didn't have social media in the same way as we have it now. And he was sending facts after facts after facts after facts after facts after facts, press release, until he got noticed. And that's the thing about me.